Hi friends, today's video is going to help you as you work through quiz number 12. Today our quiz is going to focus on area, but today we are going to be looking to find the area of irregular shapes. So shapes that aren't regular, shapes that look a little bit different. For example, our shape from number 2. When we find area of irregular shapes, we are still going to use our formula, area equals length times width. So let's take a look at number 2. Which equation should you use to find the total area of this irregular shape? So remember, when we're finding the area of a shape, we're multiplying the length times the width. To make this a little bit easier, I am going to take our irregular shape and I'm going to cut it into 2 parts. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to find the area of my shape that I'll call A. Okay? So let's find the area of A. We're going to multiply the length times the width. So the length of shape A is 4. And we're going to multiply the length times the width, which is 5. So 4 times 5. Okay, so that's shape A. Now, we're going to find the length of shape B. We're going to use the same area formula. We're going to multiply the length, which is 3, times the width, which is 2. Now, I want you to think of this problem as a part-part whole. When we have 2 parts, what do we do to find the whole? Excellent, we add them together. So you're going to find the area of this shape, and then you're going to find the area of this shape, and you will add them together. So you're finding the area of this part and the area of this part, and you add them together to find the whole area. So in order to do that, you have to multiply 4 times 5, which, what is 4 times 5? Let's skip count by 5s. 4 times 5, 10, 15, 20. And then 3 times 2. What is 3 times 2? Well, let's count by 2s 3 times. 2, 4, 6. So part of the area of this shape is 20, and part of the area of this shape is 6. So remember, when we have 2 parts, we add them together. So the area of this whole irregular shape is 20 plus 6. Well, what is 20 and 6 more? Very good, it's 26, right? And we can't forget our units, square, and in this case, the length of each side was meters, so we write an M for meters. Okay, so your equation looks like this. Remember, it's a part plus a part to equal the whole area. Okay, friends, great job. Let's take a look at number 3. Number 3 is just like number 2. It says, which equation should you use to find the total area of this irregular shape? So, I'm not going to cut this one up, but I'm going to cover part of it with a piece of paper so that I can just focus on, I'll call it A. So remember, my area of A is my length times my width. Can you pause the video and write the equation for A? So area equals length times width. What numbers would you plug in for the length and the width? Press play when you're ready. Great job. You should have 4, right? 4 is my length times 4 because 4 is my width. Now I'm going to switch my paper and look at the other part of my irregular shape. I'll call this part B. Can you write the equation to find the area of B? Use area equals length times width. Pause the video, and when you have that equation written down, press play. Okay, friends, great job. So you should have told me that the area of B was 2 centimeters times 3 centimeters, right? The length times the width. Now remember, A is part of my shape and B is part of my shape. When I have a part and a part, what do I do with the two parts to find the whole? Fantastic, I add them together. Okay, friends, so here's your job. I'd like you to pause your video. I want you to tell me what 4 times 4 is. And then I want you to tell me what 2 times 3 is. Remember to add your two parts together. That will be your answer. Okay, so 4 times 4 equals blank plus 2 times 3 equals blank. Add your two parts together. Write your answer up here and don't forget to label your units. Square, in this case it's centimeters. When you're finished, you can check the choices that go along with number 3 to make sure that you didn't make any mistakes. Okay, friends, once you solve this problem, press play and we'll take a look at number 4. Okay, friends, great job. Here is number 4. It says, break this shape into 2 rectangles. Find the area of each rectangle. I'm going to draw a line to help myself break this whole irregular shape into 2 parts. Can you see my 2 parts? We'll call this part A, and we'll call this part B. Now remember, we have to find the length and the width. They don't give us the length and the width here, but we can use our square units to figure out the length and the width. So looking just at A, what is the length or the long side of A? Very good. It's 2 centimeters, right? Because here they're asking us to use centimeters. And what is the width? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my length is 2 centimeters and my width is 7 centimeters. So to write my equation for A, I'm going to do length times width. So what would my equation for A be? What's my length and what's my width? You go ahead and fill that in. Okay, now we have to find the area of B. And friends, if I'm moving too fast, please pause the video and give yourself time to catch up. So let's find the length of B. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 centimeters. And what's the width of B? 1, 2, 3. 3 centimeters. So what would our equation be? Remember, we're going to do length times width. Fill in those numbers for me. Okay, so you should have the length is 2 centimeters times the width is 7 centimeters for A. This is part of my shape. The other part of my shape has a length of 5 centimeters times a width of 3 centimeters. Remember, when I have 2 parts, I add them together to find the whole. Your job is to pause the video. Please tell me what 2 times 7 is and write it on the line. Then, please tell me what 5 times 3 is and write it on the line. Don't forget to add your 2 parts together. So 2 times 7 equals blank plus 5 times 3 equals blank. Okay? When you're finished, add your 2 areas together, the area of A and the area of B, and that will be your area, right? You would write your answer, I'll scoot it over so you guys can see it, over here with your label. Okay, and we're using centimeters in this question. Okay, friends, great job. When you're done solving that problem, press play and we'll take a look at number 5 together. Okay, friends, here's number 5. Number 5 asks us to break this shape into 2 rectangles. So let's do that together. I'm going to break it up here because that makes the most sense to me, right? I'm going to call this part A and this part B. I want you to find the area of each rectangle. So here's your job. Find the area of A for me, right? What times what? Length times width. Then I want you to find the area of B. What's the length and what's the width? When you're done with that, press play. Okay, friends, great job. So you should have told me that the area of A was the length was 1 times 3, right? Length times width. And the area of B was 4 times 1. Now tell me, what is 1 times 3? Any number times 1 is itself, right? Is that number. So 3 plus 4 times 1 equals 4, right? So add up your two parts and tell me what the area of the whole irregular shape is. When you go to type your equation in the box, it's going to look like this. 1 times 3 plus 4 times 1 equals blank. And don't forget your label, sorry. So blank square, we're using meters here, meters. Okay, friends, let's take a look at pause your video, and when you're done with this, press play, and we'll take a look at the last question together. Okay, friends, great job working on number 5. Let's take a look at number 6 together. Okay, number 6 says break the shape into 2 rectangles. Find the area of each rectangle. Then add them together to find the total area. So I'm going to split up my rectangles here because that makes the most sense to me. I'm going to call this rectangle A and this rectangle B. Your job is to pause the video. I want you to find the area of A using length times width. I can set that up for you guys again here. I don't have an eraser, so I just have to use my finger quickly. So I'm going to use my formula, length times width, to find the area of A. So the area of A, is my length times my width. And then I'm going to put parentheses around it, and I'm going to add my area of B, my length times my width. Okay, friends, when you're done finding the length and the width, multiply to find the area and add your two parts together. Friends, once you're done solving this question, don't forget to go into the quiz online and type all of your equations with your labels into the quiz so that Mr. Terry and I can see all your hard work. Great job, friends.